Time to grab your lightsabers and maybe time to get your X-Wing fighters ready because this is the iPad app you might have been looking for.
This episode brought to you by Zag.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. It is Friday. We're going to have some fun with some games before I head out to the Consumer Electronics Show and find all the cool stuff that is happening in the world of technology, for that matter, especially some iPad apps. I'm hoping to find some really good stuff. Schedule note, just first of all, Twitter handle is iPad365. I'll do this, watch. Or iPad365. Email is show@ipad-365.com. And now I'll let that go away. That's my Jedi mind tricks. Anyway. How you doing, Jeffrey Powers? If this is the first time you've come to the show, I don't normally wear this. This is actually a Snuggie, believe it or not. That looks like... Let's do that. That looks like a robe, so... And of course, it becomes my Jedi robe when I want it to be. Because, you know, I'm a Jedi fan. So anyway, check everything out over at ipad-365.com. You can also find us up on Google Plus and Facebook. So please friend us there because we've got all the content. So you can see it up there as well. All right, I've avoided this for this long. It's time to talk about it. It's called Angry Birds. And of course, you're going, I know Angry Birds. It's been around for a while. Rovio makes it. It's fun. You throw a bird at these pigs and they all die or something like that. So with my lightsaber in tow and my robe ready, and I head to Tatooine. And, of course, to save the princess from the Rebel Alliance. So basically, here's what it happens. You start on Tatooine. Simple levels. And, of course, there's 30-some-odd levels here. And the idea is just like with Angry Birds. You start with Luke Skywalker, or the Angry Bird Luke Skywalker, which is the red Angry Bird. And, of course, you have the ability to do the lightsaber. So basically, you stretch them back, just like you would with Angry Birds. And then you use the lightsaber to attack some of the blocks and then bring it down. And of course, the goal is to get 3 stars for the attack, which I'll probably get on this first one here. As things progress, you get more and more birds to go with, like the Han Solo bird, the Chewbacca bird, the Princess Leia bird, and they'll all have special abilities. Like, for instance, Han Solo will be able to shoot through his laser gun 3 times, to attack any type of stormtrooper pigs or rebel imperial pigs or whatever other pigs are out there, including some TIE fighter pigs, which kind of interesting. But there's a lot more to this version of Angry Birds than, of course, the classic version of Angry Birds. And it really got me hooked on when I finally downloaded this for the iPad. And not only am I playing it, but Jennifer, my girlfriend, she's been playing it like nonstop. In fact, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I woke up. I turned over and I heard, the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, well, whatever the music was. And she's playing Angry Birds. It's like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. She goes, yeah, I know. I can't get off this level. You got different levels. You got Tatooine. And then, of course, that takes you to the Death Star. Then that takes you to Hoth. And then, of course, Path of the Jedi. And, of course, some bonus rounds. Now, here's interesting. When we get to, like, the Death Star, things change immensely. You've got gravitational pulls that you have to worry about. You've got to figure out how to throw the space junk so it hits the pig, so that goes down, so you get it all down with one bird. And there's even a point where you can't go any further until you've 3-starred a majority of the levels here. So you have to basically go back and attack again and get it all done and get 3 stars on it before you can progress. Or you pay the in-app fee and then you can move on from there. But who wants to pay the in-app fee? And there's a few different in-app purchases, like the Path of the Jedi is $1.99. Mighty Falcon Smash is $1.99. Now that's another part of it is you basically have this Falcon. And what happens is you hit the Falcon and the bird changes to this detector. And then you launch the detector to the point where you want the Millennium Falcon to attack. And then, of course, the Angry Birds of Millennium Falcon will go around and shoot out some of the pigs or whatever you have based on your attack. And as you get more stars, at certain levels, you'll get more Millennium Falcons, so you can do multiple attacks and stuff like that. So there's a lot more going on with this version of Angry Birds than the original version of Angry Birds, which makes it fun. And of course, it's got the Star Wars theme, so kids love it, adults love it, they're reminded of their childhood, and of course, they can wear things like silly robes and pull out their fake lightsabers and talk about it and have a little bit of fun using Angry Birds. It's by Rovio. It's called Angry Birds. It's been out for a little while. You've probably already played it, but you know, it does get very addictive. Check it out in the App Store. You know, I don't need the Force to tell me that I need to protect my iPad from drops or scratches or anything like that. In fact, I've dropped my iPads several times within the last year. And it's not like I dropped it intentionally. It's one time it fell out of my pack while I was walking through the streets of San Francisco. Another time I just had it in my hand and it just slipped out. But with the folio case right here and the invisible shield that protects the glass, I've never seen a dent or scratch off of my iPads. And the best one is with the folio keyboard here, this turns this into your own laptop computer, which is pretty cool. Zag has a lot of great products for your smartphone or your tablet. It doesn't even need to be an iPad. Like for instance, this thing right here, which I'll be using at CES, the Zag Spark. You can charge it up, and when your smartphone or your tablet needs to be recharged and you're not close to a plug outlet, you can plug it into here and get some more life out of your smartphone and tablet, because we lose battery quick on our devices like that. So you want to have something close like that by. Check it all out. Go over to geekazine.com/Zag, geekazine.com/ZAGG to get this great deals on some of the best protective cases for your smartphone or your tablet. Remember to use the code GEEKAZINE at checkout for certain items where you'll get an additional 20% off. And that's this episode of iPad 365. What did you think? Do you play the Angry Birds? Or do you have a lot of fun with the game? Tell me your levels. Let me know what you do. And tell me how to get through some of these levels. I spent 2 hours on one level last night. Let's just put it that way. And I had an idea of what I needed to do with one bird and one shot, but it just never really added up to 3 stars because I could never get all the pigs in that one shot. But I know there's a way to do it, and I know I'm on the right track, and it's just frustrating for a while. But I know I'll be up until 3 o'clock tonight in the morning to actually figure it all out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time to move on. It's time to use the Force so you can find more iPad episodes. You can check everything out over at geekazine.com. We actually went through 200 episodes on the YouTube channel, so I had to create a new page, and it's called iPad 2013. So check it out over at youtube.com/geekazine. We'll see you on Monday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. Of course, I'll be out at CES, but I will have an app out there for you next week. Until then, you guys geek out, and don't forget, use the Force.
You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.